boils down to this, folks, with, of course, Portsmouth will be playing Championship football next season, but who will join them? Will it be Derby? Will it be Bolton? Straight shootout for the top second spot. Who's going to get it? We're going to get into it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today it is, of course, match day number 46. It's the final actual league game of the season, of course, playoffs just around the corner. We'll get into all of that and more in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, where the hell have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for League One is right here, of course. We already know about Portsmouth. They're done and dusted. And, of course, Derby are lying in that second spot. And it would be a bit of a collapse if they were to throw it away on the final day. But it can be done. Football is a funny old game. And we're going to get into it right here, right now. So let's go and look back, but look back at, of course, the previous full fixture list, which was, of course, this past weekend. So these were the games. Here come my picks and, of course, the results right here and now. All kicked off on Friday the 19th of... okay, we're going to do it like that then, are we? Friday the 19th of April, of course, Oxford and Stevenage duked it out to a 1-1 draw. I went with a 2-1 win for Oxford. Meanwhile, Northampton Town picked up a 2-1 loss to Exeter. Big win for them. I went with a 1-0 win myself. Derby, 1-0 winners over Cambridge. 2-0 winners in my eyes. Wickham with a 3-1 win over Carlisle. I went with a 1-0 win the other way. Meanwhile, Fleetwood with a 1-0 win over Leyton Orient. Got that one spot on the nose. Meanwhile, Blackpool 3-2 winners over Barnsley, who are now looking for a new manager. I went with a 2-0 win for Blackpool as well. Meanwhile, Burton 3-2 winners over Reading. I went with a 0-0 draw. Charlton could only muster a 1-1 draw against Shrewsbury. 2-0 winners in my eyes. Bolton 2-0 winners over Port Vale to send them down. 3-2 winners in my eyes. Meanwhile, Pompey did lose to Wigan. 2-1 win for Wigan. I went with a 3-0 home win on that one. Lincoln City with a 2-1 win over Cheltenham. 3-1 winners in my eyes. And Peterborough with a 2-0 win over Bristol Rovers. 2-1 winners in my eyes as well. So those are, of course, the situations for the last round of games. Of course, now this is the situation in the table. Now, of course, this does bear in mind any points deductions and things like that. So it's Pompey. It is Derby. Well, Pompey are done. They're promoted. No one's catching them. Derby, of course, are in second spot. And, of course, 3 points clear over Bolton. Goal difference also a significant factor heading into this one. Bolton look like they're bound for the playoffs, of course, and they'll be joined by Peterborough, who also look bound for the playoffs. Barnsley and Lincoln currently occupy those two other playoff spots. But don't rule out Oxford. Don't rule out Blackpool, who's still got an argument, or a skin in the game, as they say. They've got still got skin in this game. Meanwhile, going down, Carlisle done. Port Vale done. Fleetwood are done. Cheltenham with a big win, of course, against Peterborough this past midweek to put them within striking distance to consider the likes of Cambridge and Burton heading into the final day. So, interesting game there's there to be had. But what about the state of play in our own prediction league? Well, only a handful of years took part. A big shout out to Frosty and Vinnie Hong with 6 points respectively. They, of course, came out in a bit of glory. And, of course, add that to the party. And, of course, you can see right here, right now, it is, of course, Swindon RV 187, James PCFC 185, Frosty's up there with 184, and then a bit of a chasing pack. All right, then, folks, now these are those last final games of the regular season. Of course, we will be back for those playoffs with our own exclusive look into that. So we will look forward to those games. But some big ones to be decided right here, right now to end the season. So let's get cracking. There's some big bad boy games here, which could, of course, be repeats of the playoffs. Look at this one. Peterborough against Bolton. That could be a game they play multiple times over the next couple of weeks. Goodness gracious me. We're going to start with Stevenage against Cheltenham, of course. Cheltenham got it all to do. Stevenage, of course, without Steve Evans now at the helm. It looks like Alex Revel is pulling the strings. Not too sure if that's a permanent deal or not. Anyway, they have played each other 14 times in 2010. 9 was Stevenage, 3 for Cheltenham. 2 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Stevenage was a 5-1 win, scoring 27 goals in 14 games, 1.93 goals a game on average. Cheltenham, 4-2 win, the biggest, scoring 10 goals in 14 matches, 0.71 goals a game on average. Of course, Cheltenham, 33% form for them right now, 2 wins out of the last 3, 21 spots in the table, 44 points for the campaign. Stevenage, just 1 win in the last 6, 42% form for them right now. They are 9th, 68 points for the campaign as well. Last time around, over at Stevenage, it was a 1-0 win for Cheltenham back in April 2021. That was in League 2, the reverse fixture at Cheltenham. This campaign was a 3-0 win for Stevenage. The odds right here, right now, we are looking at Stevenage 6-4 for the victory, 7-4 issued Cheltenham, 23-10 the draw. Stevenage, of course, without their lucky man here, Steve Evans, has gone to Rotherham. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw, which I don't think is going to do much help for Cheltenham in the long run. Meanwhile, we go over to Exeter against Hotshot. Well, actually, Hotshot Exeter Exeter up against Oxford United. Of course, Oxford United trying to get in those playoffs. Played each other 23 times since 2002. 7 wins for Exeter, 9 wins for Oxford, 7 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Exeter was a 3-0 win, scoring 37 goals in 23 matches, 1.61 goals a game on average. Oxford, 3-0 win, the biggest, scored 44 goals in 23 matches, 1.91 goals a game as well. Oxford, 67% form for them right now, 7th in the table, 74 points for the campaign. Back-to-back games without a win against the Exeter side, 12th in the table, 61 points for the season, 83% form for them right now, unbeaten in at least the last 6 matches. Last time around, over at Exeter was in the league, it was a 4-2 win for Oxford back in October 2022. The reverse fixture, a 3-0 win it was for Oxford over at the Kazam. That's right. The odds right here, right now, Exeter 4-1 for the victory, 2013 on is your Oxford, 3-1, of course, is your draw. Exeter just playing for pride. Oxford got work to do. I'm going to go with a shock here. 2-1 win. Exeter taking the points. That's against the grain. That's against the bookies. But of course, you never know what's going to go happen on the final day. Barnsley against Northampton Town over at Oakwell. Martin Devaney currently between in the dugout. That could change, of course, before kickoff. Up against Northampton Town. 4 times they have played each other. This is 2003. 1-1 for Barnsley, 3 for Northampton. 0 draws so far. Barnsley 2-1 win the biggest, scoring 4 goals in 4 games as a goal game on average. Northampton Town 2-1 win the biggest, scoring 6 goals in 4 games, 1.50 goals a game on average. 50% form for Northampton Town right now, winning 3, losing 3 over the last 6. 14 for the table, 59 points for the season, but back-to-back defeats for Northampton Town. Barnsley, though, without a win in the last 5, 25% form for them right now. They are 5th. They have 75 points on the scores right now, but of course, this could be the biggest bottle job you've ever seen, ever. Of course, last time around, over at Oakwell, it was a 2-1 win for Northampton Town. That was in the League Cup way back in 2016. The last time pretty sure that in the league, though, in League One at Barnsley, was a 2-1 win for Northampton Town as well. Way back in January, New Year's Day 2003. The reverse fixture over at Sixfields, it was a 2-1 win for Barnsley way back in September. This campaign, the odds right here, right now, we got Barnsley 9-4 on for the victory, 7-2. The draw 11-2 is, of course, your away win here. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. New manager at the helm. Might be a little bit too late, but that point may or may not be enough to see them through into the top 6, of course. Port Vale against Cambridge. Port Vale are down. Cambridge got a little bit of work to do, I think. Of course, so what's going to happen with Darren Moore next season? That's, of course, the big question. Played the 10 times, 2017, 4 wins for Port Vale, 5 wins for Cambridge, 1 draw, of course. Port Vale, 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 9 goals in 10 games, 0.90 goals a game on average. Cambridge, though, 5-0 win the biggest, scoring 13 goals in 10 games, 1.30 goals a game on average. Cambridge, 33% form for them right now without a win in the last 5. They are 19th, 47 points for the season. Against Port Vale side without a win in the last 6 games, 8% form for them right now, 23rd in the table, 40 points for the season as well. Last time around, over at Vale Park, it was a 2-0 win for Cambridge back in April 2023. That was last season in League One. This campaign, reverse fixture at Cambridge, was a 1-1 draw back in September. The odds right here right now, 13-10 is your Port Vale, 12-5, of course, is your draw, 15-8 is your Cambridge here. I think I'm going to give it to Port Vale. No, I'm not. Cambridge 2-1 winners, which of course boosts their survival hopes and actually ensures survival, according to me, on this one. Meanwhile, Reading against Blackpool coming at you at the Matchday. Now, these two sides, of course, have played each other a bunch of times. 17 times, 2008, 7 wins apiece and 3 draws, of course. The biggest win for Reading, 5-1 win, scoring 28 goals in 17 matches, 1.65 goals a game on average. Blackpool, 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 25 goals in 17 matches, 1.47 goals a game as well. Blackpool, 75% form for them right now, winning 4 in the bounce. They are 8th, 73 points for the season against a Reading side, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Just 1 win, though, in the last 5. They are 17th, 50 points for the season. Last time around at the Matchday, it was a 3-1 win for Reading back in February 2023. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture at Bloomfield Road back in September. 4-1 win it was for Blackpool way back when. The odds right here right now, we've got Reading 21-10 for the victory, 11-10 is your Blackpool, 14-5 of course is your draw. I'm backing Blackpool here, 2-1 win, but is it enough? Is it enough to get over the line into the playoffs? We'll see about that. Meanwhile, Derby against Carlisle, of course, coming at you at Pride Park, win and you're in for Derby up against Carlisle, who are already relegated. It's pretty much top versus bottom here. Derby County against Carlisle played each other 3 times in 2014. Derby have won all 3 of them, of course, with the biggest 2-0 win, scoring 19 goals in those 3 games, 6.33 goals a game on average. 14 goals scored by Carlisle, 4.67 goals a game on average. It smells like penalties in this one. Anyway, Carlisle, 53% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 5. They are 24th, 30 points for the season. Up against the Derby County side, 67% form for them right now. Unbeaten in the last 5, including back back-to-back wins, and they are second with 89 points for the season. Of course, the penalties is in there. And last time around, these two sides played each other over at Pride Park. It was a penalty shootout victory for Derby. Meanwhile, they did play each other at Carlisle back in September. It was a 2-0 win for Derby way back when. The odds right here, right now, on this one, 92 on is your Derby, 5-1 is your Carlisle. So 5-1 is your draw, 11-1 is your Carlisle. Of course, Derby should win this one. Be part of the atmosphere over at Pride Park as they return to the Championship with a 2-0 win in this one. Meanwhile, Shrewsbury against Leyton Orient coming at you over at Shrewsbury. Now, these two sides, again, have played each other, according to my eyes, 10 times since 2003. 3 wins for Shrewsbury, 6 wins for Leyton Orient. Just one draw, of course. Shrewsbury, 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 12 goals in 10 games, 1.20 goals a game on average. The Orient, 3-0 win, the biggest, scored 18 goals in 10 games, 1.80 goals a game as well. Leyton Orient, 25% form for them right now, just one win in the last 6. They are 11th, 62 points for the season against the Shrewsbury Town side without a win in the last 6. 33% form for them right now. They are 18th, 48 points for the season as well. Last time around, over at Shrewsbury, it was a 2-0 win for the Orient back in January 2014. The reverse fixture at Brisbane Road was a 1-0 win for Leyton Orient back in September. In fact, the Orient winning 5 in the bounce against the Shrews, picking up 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets on the bounce as well. The odds here, though, for this one, 13-8 is your Shrewsbury, 8-5 is your Orient, 12-5 is your draw. 2-1 win for the Shrews on this one, breaking that hoodoo and getting 3 points, vital 3 points at the end of the campaign. Meanwhile, Wigan against Bristol Rovers. Of course, keep an eye on Wigan next season. They'll be, of course, a force to be reckoned with. Played the 5 times in 2017, 2 for Wigan, 1 for Bristol Rovers, 2 draws. Of course, Wigan with a big 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 7 goals in those 5 games, 1.40 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Bristol Rovers 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 6 goals in 5 games, 1.20 goals a game as well. Bristol Rovers 42% form for them right now, winning twice at the last 6. They are 15th, 57 points for the season against Wigan. 58% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 13th, 59 points for the season as well. Last time around, over at the DW, it was a 0-0 draw back in November 2020. The reverse fixture at Bristol was a 4-1 win for Bristol Rovers back in September. The odds right here right now, 11-10 on is your Wigan, 13-5 is the draw, 11-5 of course is your away win here. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Wigan on this one. Big win for them, ending the season. Kicking off forward is Fleetwood Town up against Burton Albion, coming at you over at Fleetwood. That's right, coming a big must-win game for Fleetwood. I think are they down already? I think Fleetwood are down. It's Burton. That's all the pressure, of course, for them as they try to avoid a great escape from Cheltenham. Played each other 21 times since 2012. 9 was for Fleetwood, 10 for Burton. 2 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Fleetwood was a 4-0 win, scoring 31 goals in 21 matches, 1.48 goals a game on average. Burton, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, scored 31 goals in 21 matches, 1.48 goals a game as well. Burton, 42% form for them right now, winning twice of the last 3. They are 20th, 46 points for the season against the Fleetwood Town side. Also 2 wins of the last 3, 33% form for them right now, but they are down 40 points, 22 spots in the season. Last time around, over at Fleetwood, it was a 3-2 win for Burton back in February 2023. The reverse fixture at the Pirelli was a 1-1 draw back in September. The odds right here right now, Fleetwood are 2-1 for the victory, 13-5 the draw, 6-5 your long shots, of course, on this one. Going to go with a win for Fleetwood, which of course dents Burton's hopes, but of course depending on what goes on with Cheltenham, which I haven't gotten a point. Get your calculators out and see who comes out on top at the end of this one. But of course, probably the game of the day, really, of course, entertainment-wise, would be Peterborough against Bolton, which I think both sides realistically know that they're going to be in the playoffs for this campaign, and they're more than likely going to meet again at some stage. Played 11 times since 1993, 3 wins for Peterborough, 6 wins for Bolton, 2 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Posh, 1-0 win, scoring 11 goals in those 11 games, 1 goal a game on average. Bolton, 5-0 win, the biggest, scoring 21 goals in 11 matches, 1.91 goals a game as well. 75% form for Bolton right now, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. They are third, 86 points for the season. Against the Peterborough side, 67% form for them right now, 2 defeats in the last 6. They are fourth, 83 points for the season as well. Of course, previous match, the last time I played each other at Peterborough was a 5-0 win for Bolton back in February 2023. The reverse fixture at Bolton this campaign was a 1-1 draw back in September. And the likelihood is that they could meet in the playoff final should everything else go their way along the way. Meanwhile, 9-5 is your Peterborough here, 5-4 is your Bolton, 14-5 of course is your draw. Bolton must win this one to give any hope to sneaking into that top 2. Going to go with a 2-0 win though for the Posh, who might take advantage of that and maybe flip the tables around a little bit in the final positions there. Lincoln City, though, again, a team in hot-to-trot scenario, must win to keep their, of course, playoff dreams alive. Played to the 9 times in 2019. 1 for Lincoln, 6 for Portsmouth. 2 draws, of course. Lincoln with a 1-0 win, their biggest score, 5 goals in 9 games. 0.56 goals a game on average. Pompey, though, 3-0 win, the biggest score, 14 goals in 9 games. 1.56 goals a game as well. Portsmouth, 67% form for them right now. Of course, just 1 win in the last 3. They are top. They're going up. 94 points for the season against a Lincoln City side. 75% form for them. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 6th. 74 points this season. If the season was to end today, they'd be in the playoffs. However, last time around over at Lincoln, it was a 0-0 draw back in February 2023. The reverse fixture, a 2-1 win for Portsmouth back in Fratton Park. That's back in September. The odds right here right now, Lincoln 11-10 for the victory. We have got 12-5 the draw. 12-5 is also your away win here. I've got Lincoln City winning this one, 3-1 win, boosting their chances because Portsmouth are already on the beaches, of course. And then wrapping up, it's Wycombe, it's Charlton, of course. Charlton, a team to be feared next season, of course. Played each other 12 times in 2006. 3 wins to Wycombe, 7 wins to Charlton. 2 draws, of course. The biggest win for Wycombe, 1-0 win, scoring 14 goals in those 12 games, 1.17 goals a game on average. Charlton, 3-1 win, the biggest score, 19 goals in 12 games, 1.58 goals a game as well. Charlton, at least unbeaten in the last 6 matches, however, drawing 5 of those last 6, 58% form for them, and they're 16th, 53 points for the season against the Wycombe side, 67% form for them right now, without a loss in the last 5. They are 10th, 62 points for the season as well. Last time around, over at Wycombe, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2022. The reverse fixture, a 3-1 win it was for Charlton back in September. The odds right here right now, Wycombe are 13-10 for the victory, 13-5 is the draw, 90-10 is your away win here. I'm going to go with another 1-1 draw, which is, of course, what Charlton do these days, picking up points, grinding out results, and that, my friends, should complete the pack. And if I am right, this is what the table will look like. Portsmouth will be top, Derby will be a 2nd, Bolton will remain in 3rd on goal difference, Peterborough are in 4th, Lincoln 5th, and then Blackpool squeeze into that top 6. Cheltenham will be joining the likes of Fleetwood, Port Vale, and Carlisle going down. Those are my picks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. And of course, let's look forward to those sexy playoffs with, of course, informed Lincoln, informed Blackpool taking on, of course, forever presence Bolton and Peterborough. That's my take. We'll see you soon. Until then, we are done.